Hi, and welcome to Three Questions with. Got my friend Sharon Day with us from Express Yourself Gifting. Good morning, Sharon. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
I'm just living the dream, my friend. So let's just jump right in. Tell us a little bit about what you do, my friend.
So I create custom gifts for companies and individuals. Unlike the gifts that are created, months or weeks ahead of time by catalog companies, mine are all created to order. So it's a big chore and it's a little more difficult, but it gives me a great sense of satisfaction to really be able to custom and tailor things to the recipients for my clients.
Well, see, I have to comment on your screensaver behind you because I can see pickleball things there.
Yes.
Like, I honestly don't know what pickleball is, but I know it's super popular right now. So for me, that would be a really cool gift if I see one of my friends or my clients is playing that. Because to me, it's showing I put thought into the gift.
Exactly. And staying on top of the trends too is pretty important in this industry. I always watch what happens over on the left coast in California because the trends really kind of begin there and move their way east. Pickleball is picking up some steam here now in New England, and there are places you can actually go to play it. So, I try to stay on top of that and give people the fun things in their life, or their clients or whomever the client is giving the gift to so that they have some good options.
Sharon, one of the things I think I've struggled with over time, working in corporate is having appropriate gifts. So I remember when I worked at the bank, we would give you a gift for your 5-year anniversary. And unfortunately, the gifts were really inexpensive. And the people receiving them would just kind of chuckle, thanks. It
For all
ties into
these
your
years.
image. I would afterwards, I would look at it and go, we need to come up with better gifts because this doesn't make someone feel like, thank you for staying with us for 3, 5, 10 years. They just weren't appropriate. You have to put some thoughts into the message you're sending when you're giving a gift, right?
Yes. And the one thing that I enjoy about the process of getting an order together is my interview with my clients about their recipient. And it's amazing. Many of them know their recipients so well, and they give me really great intel so that I can create a gift. Just this past Administrative Professionals Day, for instance, I was told that this client was just like Wonder Woman and she liked Wonder Woman. So I was able to create a gift where I customized the container to say Wonder Woman and really go all out to sort of make it something very personal. My client would not have probably thought to do that, but that's where my creative brain comes in and takes charge of the intel that I get so that those gifts are personal and meaningful, and they know that some time was spent and effort put into rewarding them for whatever they're being rewarded for.
I know, like I said, I always appreciate when people send me gifts, because they don't have to do that. But I think, I have clients that have, relationships that produce revenue of well over $100,000. And I'm like, well, your gift should reflect that. If you're sending a $5 gift, thinking someone's going to be like, oh, wow, they really value this, it may backfire on you, right? Should you
Well,
give some
it,
thoughts to that?
it might, but it's not always about money. Honestly, if you get the right $5 gift for that person, that will mean the world to them. I never look at it as being about the money spent, but rather the sentiment behind the
It's a great
gift
point.
that you're giving. And I would say that to anybody, even if it's people buying gifts for their kids at the holidays,
Yep.
or whatever. It's really more about how well you know them and how much you connect with what their likes and dislikes are. And I try to pull that out of my clients. So if their budget is small, that's how I started my business, was working with people in the under $50 budget range because I felt it was an underserved market back in 1995 when people just spent crazy money. But I do think it's more about knowing your client well. And people who just don't care, honestly, I will send them to a catalog company where they can buy one of those gifts that was put together 6 months ago sitting on a shelf because they're not really my client. And knowing that difference has helped me refine what I do for my clients who appreciate that I do that for them.
To your point, I saw somebody send a client a gift that was about their dog. They sent like a dog
Yes.
bed or something.
Right.
And the client was, oh my God, they listened to me talk. I mean, if you look at their Facebook, every picture is their dog. I mean, it's
It's not
obvious they
hard to
really like
figure it
their
out.
dog. It's not that hard to, but they took the time, to recognize that and sent that gift. And the person went on and on about him, how thoughtful it was.
And
So
you don't
it's
know
the
how many
thoughtfulness.
times I add into a gift something for the dog or the cat or the however many they have. And I ask the sizes and, I try to make it, the bow tie fit or whatever it is I'm sending. The bones aren't too big for the dog. So it's important. Those little tiny things are what I think people pay me for specifically, is to know and to find out what I'm sending so it is appropriate, because you did mention the appropriateness of the gift. So I totally agree with you there.
Now, what happens when you have charming clients like me that go, Sharon, I have no idea. I need to send a gift, no idea what it should be.
So then I'll ask you those questions about your client, what they like, what they dislike. And in the case where somebody is genuinely wanting to send something nice, I'll make a recommendation based on just knowing what my top sellers are. Obviously, I find a fun way to say that the gourmet gift is the most popular one because it has sweet, salty, nutty, crunchy, cheesy, and chocolatey things that someone will find something in that gift that they adore, and they'll share the rest, which gives them an opportunity to give something to someone else. So, I'll always give a suggestion based on whatever knowledge I have or can glean from my client.
That made me laugh, Sharon, because I was telling you before when I was CFO of the bank, people would send gifts, our vendors, and I would go into my office and I would find one piece of chocolate on my desk. And my team had eaten the rest. I'm like, okay, just leave me one in the card so I can thank Sharon when she sent that. But I like that example you just gave because things like that were super popular. Oh, I want the nuts, I want the fudge, everyone seemed to get something out of it. He wasn't saying, hey, I'm making this assumption that Kevin likes this one thing by sending that type of variety packet. It felt like everyone got something. It was
Right. And that's the
powerful.
goal, is I always ask, how many people is this for? And then if it doesn't align with their budget, then we talk about other options. But it is important, also I carry a full line of like organic and vegan and sugar-free, fat-free. So I can really satisfy a group of people, which companies generally, if you're sending something to a company, it's going to land on the break room table and everybody's going to enjoy it, except for the boss who gets the one piece of chocolate in the card, hopefully.
Which I always thought was really funny, like they didn't even ask anymore. They would just take my gifts. I'm like, remember when you used to ask if it was okay?
They're like, hey, Kevin, we
Yeah,
work hard for you. We're
yeah,
getting
yeah,
the reward,
yeah.
right?
So it just, but just chocolate. I thought it was hysterical when they would do that to me and stuff. So now, Sharon, what's the best way for people to reach out if they want to learn more?
So they can visit my website at expressyourselfgifting.com, or to see the custom gifts that I create in-house. They can visit me at Express Yourself Gifting on either Facebook or Instagram. I'm also on LinkedIn, and I'm trying to blog there more and give good content and suggestions and tips to people who are looking to gift, because I feel that that's more what that platform asks for. So, depending on what you're looking for, pictures or content, I've got it all covered.
Sharon, I appreciate you taking a few minutes to call into the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you so much. And it's great to be your new friend. Talk